Hey, good morning. I'm so happy to be here today. It's your girl again, Bola Tito Fatoki at Sped Every Day. I have with me this morning a very special guest that we've been waiting for on this platform. She's going to introduce herself. Please do introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Bordash. I'm the speech language pathologist assistant here for Port Arthur ISD.
So good to have you here, Miss Bodash. You know, Miss Bodash is here to support the same mission we have at SPED every day, helping our kids with disabilities to learn, to learn academically, to learn social skills and all that, and to also help with behavior intervention and also independence, especially, for parents. We want our kids to be as independent as possible, and also to ease their transitioning. So when we're not there, we know and we're comfortable wherever we heard that our kids are able to do one or two things for themselves. So today, Ms. Bodash is going to be talking to us about speech therapy, speech disorder, how to identify this, what to look out for, and how to be able to help as parents. And she's also, and I'm sure that whatever thing she says today would keep us calm as parents, and to know that we can really truly help our kids, and they will be better, off as time goes on. So, Ms. Bodash, what actually is speech therapy?
So speech therapy is where we'll have children and adults come in and work on communicating their thoughts and their ideas and understanding the thoughts and the ideas of others. To name a few of that is pragmatics, which is social skills, articulation, and fluency. And then for the adults, you see swallowing after a stroke, or cognitive therapy, again, after a stroke or a TMI.
Oh, wow. So Ms. Badash mentioned something that seemed like really caught my attention. And when she said swallowing, and I know that, most times as parents, if our kids complain about swallowing, we may be like, oh, you're going to be fine. But I think it's something to really, really look out for if it's a consistent, or if a child keeps complaining about this. But Ms. Badash, my concern is, I'm a teacher, and I want to know, does any of this kind of speech disorder affect learning?
Yes, so it can delay their ability to learn because of understanding the thoughts and ideas of others. That is how we learn in an educational environment, is to understanding what we're reading, understanding what we're being told, and retaining that information.
Oh, wow. So is there any age that you think I have to be bothered or worried as a parent, or is there anything that I need to look out for to be really worried as a parent to know?
Right, so we actually get asked that question a lot. At what age, should I be worried as a parent? And that's always what I like to call a loaded question. So as far as language development goes, at 1 year old, you'll start to see children say one word. 18 months, you might see them say one or two words, and then 2 years old, you'll see them say one or two, sometimes even 3 words together in a sentence. If your child is not speaking at 2 years old, if they just turned 2 years old, it's not necessarily something to be concerned with, but I always tell parents, if you're concerned, just come speak to your pediatrician. If your child's not in school yet, and tell them your concerns, and then have them have a referral over for a speech pathologist to evaluate them. Or if they're already in school, speak to your schools about your concerns to see if they can have them screened or evaluated by a speech pathologist.
Oh, thank you. That's loaded. You know what Ms. Badash just said? Parents, early intervention is very important. And, I've had situations that parents would always look up to other parents to say, oh, my child is not speaking at this age. You know what? I know it's always good to look up to other parents and ask questions, but we have pediatricians that are trained to understand this. We have speech pathologists, speech therapists that are trained to know this about our kids. They went to school for this, they've done researches, and they know best. So parents, please do not take any chances. Never take any chances. If Miss A's daughter didn't speak at 2 and she did something to the child and the child was able to speak, yours may be different. So you would not want to take any chances with your kid. Early intervention is important. Do not wait for other parents to tell you. Every child is unique, like I always say, and it's always good to go out there and talk to to professionals about this, and I'm sure that would help. So like you said we have, again, let me repeat to parent, we have speech pathologists trained for this. We have pediatricians, and we go to pediatricians every day. Do not make it like when your child is sick, because
Right.
most parents will really want to wait till, like, oh, my child is ill, it's got, like, he has some kind of temperature and all that, and then that's when they go to the pediatrician. But please, if you notice anything, parents, there are evaluations for this, right?
Right.
Yeah, they can do evaluations for your child, they can do assessments for your child, and then you'll be able to help your child.
Right, because children's brains, like you said about the early intervention, it is key if you have concerns, because children, when they are 2 years old, their brains, in that age group, their brains are sponges and they can soak up everything. So if you see that they might have a delay, bring them to your pediatrician, and if they qualify for speech therapy, we can really get that early intervention in that will make a difference over time.
Oh, thank you. So, like, additionally, I would like to add to Ms. Badash that speech therapy, like, because I've discussed with her, we've talked even before the interview, and what I've come to realize that having a speech disorder is not a stigma. We just need to accept it. And like the last time where I was talking to Ms. Badash, she said something that really caught my attention. She said, with the diagnosis, let's say your child was diagnosed to have speech disorder, it does not mean that your child is broken. It does not mean that your child cannot achieve anything. It just means that they will do some things different. And guess what? You know what? I always love that different part, because it makes my child unique. It makes a child unique. But the way you capitalize on that uniqueness, the way you help that child to achieve success with that uniqueness, is what gives you that thing as a parent, to know that, yes, I was able to achieve my goal. Yes, I was able to add value to my child. And you can never, never, never be embarrassed about your child, because that's your child. That's who you carried in your tummy for 9 months or even less or more. And that's who you heard. That's your identity. So you need to know how to help these kids. And again, thank you so much, Ms. Badash. And again, I'm going to add again that, please, early intervention, like you said. I've had kids that, as a teacher, most of the things that would delay their learning with speech. And some parents don't know. Because, you said earlier, you said, it is what you get, like, for you need to understand what is going into you, and you need to be able to communicate. And some kids, I noticed that some kids that have like some kind of speech disorder, they can be aggressive, really, really aggressive at times, because I think, when they can't communicate their mind, they tend to be frustrated, and then behavior challenges start. Did you notice that, or have you ever noticed that too?
It's different kids again. There are differences, and of course, not being able to communicate, that will cause frustration, because if you want the red cup, just as you'll see in 2-year-olds, if you want the red cup and you're given the green cup, and you just want the red cup, but you can't tell them that you want the red cup, that's gonna cause a breakdown. And of course, frustration, that would frustrate anybody.
Yeah. So please, parents, let's try our best to help our kids. And again, I would say thank you so much for coming today, Ms. Badash. I so much appreciate that. And thanks for supporting our vision at Spedeveryday. Parents, it's so good to be here again today. I appreciate you all. To all my subscribers, I want to say thank you. And thanks for sending me emails. Thanks for your comments. And thanks for those that have been sharing my videos as well. I really, really, really do appreciate you. Again, if you have questions, please email me at spedeveryday@gmail.com. Again, spedeveryday@gmail.com. We'll continue next week, and hope to see you soon. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, and thanks for watching my video.
Bye.
Bye.